Today we'll be talking about Windchill for the entire enterprise in a small company. So kind of talking about how Windchill is helpful for some of the downstream users, people outside of your traditional PLM user's role, such as engineering. So Anthony will elaborate a little bit more on that. But just want to give you a quick intro into who Elite Aerospace Group is. So Anthony will be telling you about how we're using Windchill at Elite. We are a pretty large company as far as structure. You can see our aviation products group is our manufacturing division. And so they've got several factories, and we've got several different types of downstream users that are using Windchill to manage all of their data. It's our single source of truth for all these different groups. And then, of course, we also have our engineering services group, and that's the group that is a PTC partner. So we are both the implementers and the users of Windchill at Elite. So we use Windchill to manage all of the CAD data that we've created. We also use ThingWorks and Creo, the full suite of PTC products. So you can kind of see all the different services that we can provide. You know, we do this internally for our own manufacturing company, but then, of course, as a PTC partner, we are a value-added reseller as well. So you can see the different products that we support and services that we can provide. So please feel free to reach out to us if ever there's anything that we can do for you. And also just wanted to let you know about the upcoming webinars. The next one, which is 2 weeks from today, on September 18th, will be about MathCAD Prime 5.0. So it's the most recent release of MathCAD, just available as of about 3 weeks ago. We'll be talking about the latest and greatest and what new features are available in there, kind of compared to 4.0, and as well as MathCAD 14 as well. 2 weeks after that, we'll return back to Windchill, and we'll be talking about change and configuration management in Windchill. So that'll be an exciting one to see as well. So you can see the links to those. You can access them.
My name is Anthony. I'm a PLM Solutions Architect here at Elite Aerospace, and I'm going to be talking to you a bit about how we are implementing Windchill to help our downstream users access and manage their data. So some of the challenges faced when managing data include, having duplicate files in many locations, managing your change, security, having good product visibility as well as traceability. And all of these factors can contribute to time lost, decrease in quality, and increase in costs. So some of the key capabilities to look for in a PLM system include version control, release process, search and find capabilities, software integration and structured documents. This will help you to manage all types of versions and iterations, have automated review and release processes, provide role-based security to your data, and the ability to access all sorts of file types from Microsoft Office documents to various CAD softwares, as well as provide a way to link your documents and CAD data together so that if one changes, you can see how it affects other items. So with Windchill, it provides a single source for all your documents. It helps you to actively manage these documents, capture history, provide that role-based security, as well as manage change through electronic workflow processes. And all of this helps to reduce rework on documents, provide better visibility, traceability, and overall help you to manage your product throughout its life cycle. So before we deployed Windchill, our downstream departments managed their data in a network folder repository. We stored items such as POs, engineering documents, customer data, as well as some CAM programming data. We ended up having a lot of folders, files, and duplicates, and finding the latest and greatest took quite a bit of time. Our access control to the data was fairly non-existent. There was some access control, but it wasn't what we needed. We often found people would overwrite each other's work and just create more time having to revise those inconsistencies. And our review and approval process was very manual. We had no traceability to the status of our data. So when implementing Windchill, we sought to provide a single source for all of our Microsoft Office and CAD documents. We wanted to provide some sort of structure between our manufacturing files, so tooling lists, operation setups, NC programs, and then the design data as well. We wanted a stricter access control and revision control, and we wanted to allow our downstream users to easily consume design information. We also wanted an automatic data review and approval process, as well as a change management functionality. And it also had to meet the AS9100 and ITAR standards. So what our CLM solutions team was able to do with Windchill, we have automated the conversion of several of our CAD files to neutral formats such as STEP, PDF, and DXF. We also convert our CAD data to a viewable format for use in Creo View, as well as our Microsoft Office documents. And then we created document structures for POs, manufacturing files, and NC programs, as well as provided those users with workflow processes to review and approve them. And we also set up email notifications to alert process status and part statuses. So I'm going to take you through a walkthrough through the Windchill environment we've configured for our downstream users to both access data as well as manage non-CAD data. All right, so here we go. Yeah, that's not what I want. All right. So here we are. This is ThingWorx Navigate. It's a lightweight application used for consuming data from Windchill. It can also be configured to access data from other data repositories as well through a little customization. So now I'm going to take on the role of an NC programmer who's been asked to create an NC program for their for a CAD part. I'm going to go ahead and search for that part using Navigate. All right, and I'm going to access the 3D file. And for this file, it's in Windchill. This was a CATIA part, and we have an automatic conversion to both Creo View files as well as a STEP file. I'm going to go ahead and download those. I'm going to see if something's going on in the background. I paused my screen.
Okay. Yeah, we weren't seeing or hearing anything new.
Ooh. It finished. I bet you there's a... what that is. Yeah. All right. All right, I'm going to resume. Hopefully it's better. All right, so my file is downloaded. Open the folder. And I have a step file, so I can open it up in my programming software, as well as a Creo view file if I need to look at the data in Creo view. Oops, wrong button. So once I create my manufacturing files, I can go ahead and start uploading those into Windchill. So now, since I'm authoring data, I'm going to use the Windchill application to create those objects. I'm going to search and find the WT part. So here's the WT part where our CAD files are linked to. And the WT part is essentially the digital twin of a physical product. It helps organize and manage all of the documentation that describes the part. So at Elite, we use it to manage the CAD files as well as any manufacturing files. So there's a few different ways we can link the data. I'm going to add it as a described by document. Oops, wrong button. I meant to add a new one. All right, I'm just going to browse to my local desktop and load up the NC file. And we've configured it to auto-generate a object number and take on the name of the file. I can add something a little more descriptive. The file. And I can choose where it gets stored. I'm going to store it in our programming folder. Let's try that again. Oops, no problem. There we go. So store in programming data, finish. So now it adds, now this document is linked to the WT part. And I'm going to add the rest of them using a different method to upload documents. So browse to my programming data folder and new. All right. Try it again. There we go, no multiple documents. And then search for the local files, and I can choose multiple objects to load all at once. And again, auto generates a number based on a sequence, and then I can specify a file name to make it more apparent to what the file is for. And then change the location where I want it stored. Now if I go into programming data, I see my two files that have been loaded. Now I need to link those to the WT part. So go ahead and search for that WT part. Go to my related objects and then add those files. So I'm going to be adding two more files that we just uploaded, since they exist in Windchill now. Adding it to the WT part. I'm just going to search by keyword. And there are my two files. I'm going to attach those as a described by document. Now, if I show all the linked items for this WT part, I can see anything that's related to the object. I have my design data as well as manufacturing instructions. So now this WT part's ready to be released, along with the manufacturing data. The CAD data has already been previously released, so those won't need to go through your promotion request. I'm going to create a promotion request for this WT part, which will, but not once I check it back in. So I make it available to anyone to make further modifications and view my changes. Add a comment. Now I'm going to create a promotion request. All right. I want to change all these objects from the in-work state to the released state. And if you want to add a comment, you can add comments as needed. And we've configured several different workflows depending on the document type. So since this is CNC data, I'm going to send it through the CNC data review process. And for that process, we've assigned the CNC manager to approve the data and a document control admin to check that the workflow is accurate. Go ahead and hit finish. So that creates my promotion request, and I can view various attributes about it. So I can see who's assigned to review and approve at various roles, as well as what the status is. And if needed, I can provide a quick summary of what this process looks like for someone who might not be as familiar with it. All right, I'm going to switch over to the document control admin. Who now has a task to review that process. So in their task box, the promotion request is now with them for review. I'm going to view the task. There's a couple instructions we've configured so that the reviewer knows what they need to do. And they can add comments as needed. And I'm going to approve this stage of the workflow. So for us, this is to validate that all of the items are accurate and correct. And it will send the task to the CNC manager to approve the content. So it's out of my work box and moved on to the next person. I'm going to sign in as that next person. So now I'm the CNC manager. I have to refresh. Again. All right. So let's do a little digging. So it's supposed to show up in this person's inbox, but it's not. So I'm going to just see what's going on with the process. Workflows. I'll open up the process. Oh. So it is with the CNC manager. It's just not the right account that I used. So that was my fault. We go to my home page. And here's that task for the CNC manager to approve the design. So again, set up a couple instructions for the person to perform. We can go in and see what objects I need to review and approve. And let's say I need to review the setup. I can go to this information page, and I can open it up in Creo View and look at the file itself to look at its content. So I can see information about this item, make sure it's all good to go. Let's see, it is. And go back to my home page, back to the process. And entering the comment. And I'm going to approve this task, which will complete the approval promotion request and change the data to the release date. Now, if I look for that information, oh, I typed in the wrong number. Sorry about that. There we go. So now I can see all my data is released. So that's a quick look at how a CNC programmer will kind of go about their daily routine to perform their tasks within Windchill. Now I'm going to jump over and demonstrate how our program offices use Windchill to manage their POs and customer data. All right. So log into, oops, wrong one. Yeah. So log into Windchill. And I'm going to browse to the context where I would load my customer data to. And I'll use the new multiple documents action to upload all my customer files. So we've created a class called customer document, which adds a couple more attributes to our Windchill objects. I'm going to add the PO, a step file, and a drawing file. go the drag and drop way. There you go. And again, these numbers are automatically generated based on a sequence we've configured in Windchill. Takes on the object name, takes on the file name, and stores it in appropriate location. This customer name field is a custom attribute we've configured that allows us to specify which customers these are belong to. We'll go ahead and hit OK. So that loads the data up in Windchill. And now I want to link the step file and drawing file with the customer's PO. I'm going to open up the customer PO object and link the drawing file and step file to the document. Insert existing. Add these two. And it checks out the PO. I need to check it back in. Oh, sorry. Did not change. So now my customer data that came with the PO is tied to that PO. And if I need to maybe change this drawing file, maybe the customer sent the incorrect version, I can go ahead and view that information and replace the file. I'm going to check out this guy. And I'm going to check it back in and select a new file. Call it this one. So the revision went from -.1 to now -.2. And if I go back to my PO, I can see that that revision has automatically been linked to the PO. So right here it went from -1 to -2. So it kind of automatically manages that relationship as changes occur. All right, so that's kind of a glimpse at how we work with our POs. So after using Windchill, we've been able to allow our users to quickly and efficiently find the right data at the right time. We've implemented tighter role-based security. We've eliminated time spent converting CAD data from our engineers, and also optimized our CAD license utilization using Creo View. So our downstream users no longer need the native CAD software to view design files. We also created those electronic workflow processes, which provide clear visibility to where a part or process status is. And then on the horizon, we're looking to configure data structure and approval processes for our quoting and contract review departments, as well as create a relationship between all three of those data types, as well as link workflows together so that as one closes, a new one opens up, and you can kind of see that history and how they all tie together. So if there are any questions, please feel free to ask. Or feel free to shoot us an email if you have any questions or want to discuss any of these topics. Doors are always open.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Anthony. We appreciate it. All right. Well, stay tuned for future webinars. We'll be talking about MathCAD in 2 weeks, and then configuration and change management in Windchill in 4 weeks from today. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you.